You already know that guy. The one who's liked by everyone, every group chat, every party, every family gathering. He's the favorite. And somehow, he still gets walked over. His time gets wasted, his boundaries get ignored. People smile at him and then do whatever they want anyway. Being liked, it turns out, doesn't actually protect you. And there's a 500-year-old reason why. That reason comes from Niccolo Machiavelli, a political advisor in Renaissance Florence, who spent his career watching power up close, who kept it, who lost it, and why. After he was pushed out of government and briefly imprisoned, he sat down and wrote what would become one of the most controversial books ever written on leadership. Not because it was cruel, but because it refused to lie about how people actually behave. Most writers before him described how leaders should act in an ideal world. Machiavelli described how they need to act in the real one. And one of his sharpest, most misunderstood ideas is about a question every one of us actually deals with, not just kings and rulers. Is it better to be loved or to be respected? His answer isn't what most people think. Machiavelli's starting point is almost brutally simple. He says that in a perfect world, sure, you'd want both. You'd want people to love you and respect you at the same time. But we don't live in a perfect world. And if you can only reliably secure one of the two, he says it's far safer to be respected than to be loved. Now, why would that be true? His reasoning comes down to how fragile love actually is as a form of loyalty. Love, in his framing, is held together by gratitude, by a kind of emotional debt between people. And gratitude, he points out, is one of the weakest bonds there is, because it depends entirely on the other person's character. The moment it becomes inconvenient for someone to keep being grateful to you, a lot of people will simply drop it. Not because they're evil, just because self-interest tends to override sentiment when the pressure is on. Respect, on the other hand, isn't built on someone's fluctuating feelings toward you. It's built on consistency, and it's built on the fact that people know where they stand with you. Machiavelli's argument is that fear, or more precisely, a kind of grounded respect that includes the possibility of real consequences, doesn't evaporate the moment things get difficult. People might not adore you, but they don't test you either, because they already know what happens when they do. Here's the part people usually miss, though, and it's important. Machiavelli is not telling anyone to be cruel or to make people miserable. He's very specific about this. He says a leader should avoid being hated at all costs, because hatred breeds resentment, and resentment eventually breeds rebellion. What he's actually describing is a narrow, disciplined middle position, someone who is not chasing affection and not indulging in cruelty either. Someone who is fair, consistent, and predictable, but who also will not be exploited, and who makes that clear through action rather than through begging for people's approval. His deeper point is about what love and respect are actually made of. Love is something other people give you, and they can take it away whenever they want, for reasons that have nothing to do with you. Respect is something you build through your own behavior, through consistency, through boundaries, through follow-through. One of those is in your control. The other one really isn't. And Machiavelli's argument is that if your security, your position, your influence depends on something you don't control, you are, by definition, standing on unstable ground. You don't need to run a country for this to apply to you. You're running something too. A career, a household, a group of friends, a set of relationships. And most people default to trying to be liked in all of them because it's comfortable and it feels safe in the short term. Think about the manager who wants to be everyone's friend. He avoids hard conversations. He lets deadlines slide because he doesn't want anyone upset with him. And for a while, his team likes him. But slowly, they stop taking him seriously. His feedback stops landing because there's no weight behind it. He was optimizing for being liked, and in doing so, he lost the thing that actually makes someone effective: respect. Or think about it in a relationship. The partner who never sets a boundary, who agrees to everything, who avoids conflict at all costs because he's terrified of being disliked for even one evening. That might feel like love in the moment, but over time, it usually produces the opposite of what he wanted. People don't fall for those who have no edges. They fall for people who are dependable, who mean what they say, and who won't just fold the second there's friction. That's respect showing up in a personal relationship, not just a professional one. Same thing with friendships. The friend who says yes to everything, who never pushes back, who's afraid to disagree. He's liked, sure, in a shallow way, but he's rarely the one people turn to when something actually matters. The friend people trust with the hard stuff is usually the one who's shown he'll tell you the truth, even when it's not what you want to hear. That's not coldness. That's respect, earned through consistency. Now here's where this gets misused constantly, especially online. A lot of people hear, "Respected is safer than loved," and they translate that into being harsh, distant, or intentionally difficult, like warmth itself is some kind of weakness. That is a complete misreading of the actual argument, and Machiavelli was explicit about this. He warned directly against becoming hated, because hatred is what actually destroys a leader's position. Coldness for its own sake doesn't build respect. It just makes people resent you and wait for their moment. The real idea isn't stop being kind. It's stop outsourcing your stability to other people's approval. You can be warm. You can be generous. You can genuinely care about people. But your sense of security, your boundaries, your follow-through, those can't be up for negotiation every time someone might be unhappy with you. Respect is what you build when your kindness is a choice you're making, not a fear you're managing. Love can be taken away the moment it's inconvenient for someone else. Respect is something you build, and something no one can take from you but yourself. If this kind of thinking is useful to you, stick around. This channel is exactly about taking old ideas like this and figuring out what they actually mean for how we live now.